Good afternoon and welcome, Leslie Andrus, Director of Learning and Development at Seraphic Group. Appreciate your being here with me today.
Thank you.
I would like to learn about how MSBCoach has been serving the Seraphic Group, what kind of customized programs you've taken advantage of, and also any individual or team coaching. So tell me about your experience.
I've worked with them almost 20 years now. And the most recent example is here at Seraphic. We I partnered with them to put together a sales program. The sales leaders were involved. We were taking kind of a sales team that didn't have a lot of formal training of the sort of sales they're doing. And they had been very reactive, just taking incoming calls. And so we wanted to make them more proactive and strategic, and MSB was incredible to work with. And then also further back when I was at another company, we worked with Michelle to put together a custom course for leaders that went really well. And also myself joined a program that she put on, and one of her people that she works with, one of the coaches she works with, did an excellent job putting together a coaching certificate program, which really advanced my skills in a big way at working with people throughout my career.
It sounds like your experience with MSBCoach covers a broad range of services that are offered. Tell me a little bit about what kind of impact some of those engagements have had on you and other individuals in the organization.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was definitely successful. And one reason I know that is MSB was smart enough. I've never had anybody do that before, but they were smart enough to provide a survey after the program was over. It was, again, 4 months long, and there was time for them to practice between. So it was a good timing. And the survey showed it made an impact. For example, again, one of the key outcomes we wanted with the sales program was for the salespeople to be more proactive with their sales efforts and learn more tips and tools, refine their sales skills. And actually, and the survey results showed 100% said they can immediately apply what they learned in the workshop. You really can't beat that. That's a really shocking statistic. And 96% said they would consider continuing their development with MSBCoach, which was an excellent result. Then we also observed the managers have reported, and the individuals that were trained were reported that they've seen these changes. They've seen the group be more proactive. They've seen, another thing we worked with was adapting their behavior toward the customer using DISC. And we see that change, especially in some of the people we thought could especially enhance their skills if they would understand their own behavioral style preferences and kind of be able to identify others and adapt. So, and use emotional intelligence.
Well, it sounds like those learnings are being applied. How have you seen some of that being incorporated into day-to-day work?
Mm-hmm. Well, they really did start planning. I mean, they're pretty much only taking the incoming, I guess you call them warm calls, people that pretty much were already sold. And those were pretty easy to work with and kept them pretty busy. But we wanted them to also get newer customer. We wanted to grow our customer base. And they really started planning their sales, looking at competition, really planning what they'd say, researching the person they were going to talk to if they could, and building relationships in that way and using those behavioral skills. And so, yeah, they also this, I guess I said the strategy, but they just seemed more inspired, like they really understood sales more and it engaged them and they felt more confident.
Terrific. That sounds great. Well, what would you say to someone who's considering working with MSBCoach?
Well, I have a whole lot of respect and high regard for Michelle Braden, the founder, and I would highly recommend working with them. Any of the team members I worked with have been great. And the fact that they spend so much time up front with that needs assessment and getting it right, back and forth, are you sure? And here's a slate of people you can choose from. that which one matches your needs best. And then really have understanding the learning and development world, that it's best to have multiple types, methods to a program, space between. So we'd have like a class, then it's time for them to apply, then a coaching session so they could talk about what they learned and challenges and share. It was group coaching we were mostly doing. And then there would be follow-up work that the team did on their own. And it really helped make the learning stick and make an impact.
Fantastic. Well, do you have any final comments before we wrap this up?
Just highly recommend them. Give them a call.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I wish you a good afternoon.